There was a time when a video like this would have been much simpler. Squishy's flip reset, Squishy's other flip reset, Squishy's double touch. But a lot has changed in competitive Rocket League over the past few years. The craziest mechanical shots usually get saved, and often the only way to score a goal in RLCS is really to break down the defense, which often takes 3 or 4 specific moves and maneuvers, say a 50-50 in the backfield, and then a long pass upfield, maybe an infield pass, maybe a bump and a demo. Not quite as exciting as plays like this.
They talk about at the same time. He's carrying it. They can put it in! They stay.
But that's what I'm here for, because even in today's ridiculously defensive-oriented meta in RLCS, there's bound to be a few crazy goals over the course of 5 days of Rocket League. So, sit back and relax. I know you didn't have time to watch all of the gameplay. I have no life, so I did it for you. Here's my picks for the 10 craziest goals from the RLCS Winter Major. Also, if there's a goal that didn't make it on this list, it's not because it wasn't impressive. Narrowing this down to just 10 goals was nearly impossible. I mean, look at this goal, for example. This goal didn't make the list simply because it bounced, right? There was another goal similar to this, and it made the list because it didn't bounce. There's loads of other amazing goals too. Anyways, also in the order of these goals, yeah, it doesn't really matter. All these goals are insane, and I kind of just started to give up on really deciding that this goal was, say, more impressive than that goal. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump in. All right, number 10, and I feel bad even putting this at 10 because it's so insane. This one goes to Calm with this unbelievable clutch 0-second pancake goal. Now, if you're not familiar with this shot specifically, essentially he's landing on the ball and sort of pinching the underside of his car on the ball on the wall, and that sort of stalls the ball and also gives him his dodge back. This is a real shot that people go for. I even had a video where I tried to learn this shot. But what's really impressive, aside from his quick reaction to sort of touch the ball into the top corner, is that normally pancakes are done when you have control of the ball and you're air dribbling it towards the backboard. Or at least, that's at least easier to pull off. But here, Calm just flies at the ball, hovering on the backboard, and executes this pancake with ease. Check it out.
One might have a chance. Beast mode coming across. Is there a shot coming? Comes there. Squeezes it across. Oh my goodness! Calm squeezes the ball into the net.
How has Scott managed this? Squashes the ball into the crossbar, gets a reset, waits for it to drop in front of the top corner, and puts it home.
Oh my!
Number 9 goes to one of Vitera's crazy goals. I mean, he had a bunch of amazing goals during the Winter Major, but this one goes to his double flip reset. I believe that this was the only double flip reset scored during the Winter Major. I believe there was quite a few people who went for double flip resets, but didn't actually score. But you have to understand how difficult this is to pull off. Like, to pull off a shot like this that takes a lot of time, you need a lot of space, and space is something that you just do not have in RLCS anymore. So to hit a double flip reset is insane, and in this case, it's a really clean one. So check it out.
Daniel will take this from the backboard, and the incredible poise of this Queso squad. Remember the last time the RLCS was in North America, none of them could play, and Vitera, villain, public enemy number 1, barking at SSG.
Look at him get low. A double flip reset. Okay, that's just too much.
He's ready to go.
That is too much. The mechanics don't stop flowing for Team Queso.
Number 8 on my list goes to Joyo, and I'm calling this the duck and dodge. This is one of the coolest goals from the Winter Major, or at least it's one of my favorite goals. Honestly, this is one of my favorite goals I've ever seen in RLCS. I kind of wanted to put it at number 1 just to be goofy, but I know it probably doesn't belong there. It's just so clean and simple the way he turns his car around to fake the first defender and then uses the delayed dodge to flick it over the second defender and even catch it at the end to make sure it doesn't bounce. It's essentially a breezy flick. I realize that. It's kind of like a off-the-ball breezy flick. But when you add in the way that he faked out the defenders, to me, I like calling it a duck and dodge because it's almost like he ducks under the first defender, like faking him out, and then he uses that delayed dodge to dodge it over the second person. So I'm calling it a duck and dodge. Anyways, check it out.
Credit to Queso, they shut down those creative pathways in the brain. They make sure that EG don't have that space and time.
Turn it up, young man.
Oh, boyo, it's Joyo. Comes off of the side wall. Bye-bye, see you later. And he's styling on him.
Number 7 goes to AJ and Sipical with this pass that was, well, it was amazing. It actually reminds me of an old pass play between Jacob and Sad Jr. from RLCS Season 2, where Sad Jr. hits the ball down towards Jacob, who immediately bops it back up to Sad. This is a little bit different, but there's definitely a lot of similarities. Check it out and see if you can see the similarities here. And for those of you that think maybe this or Sad Jr. and Jacob's goal wasn't intentional, this is absolutely intentional, and I love that they went for this.
In this potential clinching game for FaZe Clan, here's AJ looking for more. Doesn't have a lot of boost in the tank. Detonator doesn't know that. Oh, he just teed it up for Sipical, who adds a 4th.
Yeah, but watch AJ. He had a little bit of boost, 9, and then uses it right there to get that pass up just enough for Sipical to get it over the defender. The mechanics of this team, the potential of this team are through the roof.
Number 6 goes to Kami, and this wins read of the tournament, in my opinion, and that's no easy award to win in RLCS, as pros these days have almost an uncanny ability to read banks and bounces. Anyways, this one goes to Kami from the Renegades. This is one of those reads that looks like he's just throwing up a prayer. I'm sure you guys have been in that situation in Rocket League where you're playing, and you go up for a shot, maybe a read off the corner or off the backboard, and you know deep down that if you do manage to hit that ball in, it's just going to be sheer luck. It's not going to be skill. Well, that's not the case here. He's obviously knows what he's doing and he reads it perfectly, and it's weirdly satisfying.
Still haven't been able to get the ball out. Finally, they can start the transition. That's a shot, but it's high, and oh my goodness, what a play!
Whoa, Fever, way to go up and get this one. I mean, pass to CJ, and how about the read from Cammy? My goodness, Fever's gonna steal away a gorgeous catch from Cammy. That's all Cammy as far as I'm concerned.
Listen, you said they needed.
All right, this is one of those kinds of shots that is also really satisfying to watch. This one goes to Monkeymoon with an incredible redirect. But man, this sucks as a defender when someone comes flying off your backboard and just slightly changes the direction of the ball. This isn't quite as crazy as that one goal from a lot, like I don't know how many seasons back, but very similar kind of goal. And this one's great because it's not like a powerful shot. It's just exactly what it needed to be, just a slight touch on the ball to send it over to the side of the net and fake out the defenders. Very impressive.
That follow-up, the failsafe, has always been there in the rotation for the Pioneers, and they've been able to withstand the BDS assault, but still Monkeymoon's coming. What a touch! Are you kidding me? That was ridiculous.
What on earth was this from Monkeymoon? A world-class touch into the corner.
What?
That's pretty good.
Dude, Monkeymoon, get out of this lobby, bro. What?
This goal from Relating Wave is so good. I love this one. Right away when I saw it scored, I was shocked at how much power he put on it because you don't see it from his perspective when it happens live. But then you see in the replay, he intentionally hit his first touch on the ball right off the bottom of his car, getting a reset and making it so that he could absolutely smack it into the goal. Even thinking to go for a reset here is just so, I don't know, it's just so impressive. And then the way he pulls it off, the way he immediately adjusts off of the reset, because when you go for a reset on a shot like this, it often kills the momentum of your car, and he knows that. So he immediately boosts through the reset and sets it up perfectly. I've said this already, but pulling a shot like this off in RLCS is just unbelievable when you think about how good these defenders are. And this one comes out of nowhere.
This is a slower pace match. I mean, I wasn't expecting this. A lot of play on the midfield. Oh my God, what a second touch from Relating Wave. That was a good self-play. I mean, it was all him, and he just seized the opportunity. No one was able to defend the backboard, and at this level, Derby, you have to be there. You have to defend that backboard.
Absolutely, Kyle, kind of pre-jumping.
All right, number 3 goes to Jorias with this high-flying ceiling double touch. This is a highly effective move that pros can do pretty much on command if you give them space. Like, this isn't necessarily the most mechanically impressive goal, especially for pros, but it's still just so fun to watch. And what makes this one so effective is that he dodges off the ceiling. He doesn't float off the ceiling because he knows he doesn't have time to just float around. Like, everything in RLCS has to be done so fast. And then he actually pre-flips into the ball. Plus, he puts it top corner so perfectly. There's so much that's just so impressive about this goal. Again, these are the kind of goals that pros go for all the time. But this one was executed so well that, yeah, it had to be on the list.
Here's rushing back on defense. And Super Lucky just slides that ball.
Joyce is up.
And he's off the ceiling. Gets the flip. Gets the shot. And puts it upper 90 and in.
Jorias, how are you going to do this to them? They've got a defense they need to take care of, man. You can't be hitting this shot off the ceiling.
Number 2 goes to Joyo with this unbelievable double touch. Yes, it's just a double touch technically. And yes, the pros are really freaking good at making shots like this consistently, but I don't care, you know? I'll never cease to find these kinds of shots amazing. And there's no denying how effective a fast high double touch like this can be. Everything is perfect about this. He doesn't hold back at all on his flight towards the ball. If you've ever practiced shots like this, it's really easy to want to just sort of feather your boost to set up the double touch. But in this case, everything is set up so perfectly, his flight is so perfectly, that it's all just 100%. Like, he just goes so fast. He makes the perfect adjustment to bank it in. You know, the way I would describe this goal is it's just done with such incredible confidence. And I think that's what is so impressive. Just watch it.
In the midfield, and so the ball trickled all the way to their side. FaZe just kind of trying to recoup as Queso put on the attack. Here they come again. Joyo's going to beat the last man in AJ. Second touch for Joyo. Looming! Top shelf for Joyo! Queso into the lead!
This was sweet. High altitude, bar down. Joyo, you can't do it much better than that.
All right, we made it to number 1, and I'm going to give this one to Vitera. And this goal was originally actually at the bottom of this list. And I at one point wasn't even going to put it on the list, but then I went back and watched it a couple times, and I actually decided to throw it all the way to number 1. Maybe you guys will disagree with me, and that's fine. You can let us know down in the comments what you think the best goal was, or maybe even some goals that I missed. But anyways, this is the standout goal of the tournament for me. This angle makes no sense. To read this shot off the bounce, the way that Vitera does, set up the double touch off the corner, and then basically hit the ball straight sideways with perfect placement and with enough power, it's just astounding. I think this is like the Rocket League version of banking in a shot in basketball from the sideline, just sort of like skimming the backboard barely. It's that impressive, and it takes that sort of high level of skill to hit a shot like this. I could try this shot 1,000 times, and I don't think I would make it. But anyways, give it a watch.
NRG boxed in their own half. Rise going up against the ball off the ceiling. Look for double tap, can't quite find it.
These interesting cuts on the cross from Vitera that start to scare me a little bit. NRG's defense can't block that! Vitera from the elbow!
Taking game number 1 off of NRG. Vitera does it himself, and that angle is disgusting. All the way from the right-hand side, hitting it inside the left post, and NRG.
All right, there you have it, guys. If you feel like I've missed some of the best goals, again, I'm sorry. I know there were probably 10 other goals that could have easily been on this list. I've actually got some of the other incredible goals listed in the description below with timestamps if you guys want to check them out, sort of honorable mentions. But yeah, it's good to see fans back at RLCS. It's good to see all the hype, and I really enjoyed watching RLCS. I wish I could have went, but I had to stay home with the kids while my wife was at a wedding. Otherwise, I absolutely would have been there. But maybe we'll see you guys in London, hopefully in Texas, if not London. Anyways, much love. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.